Hey there, and welcome to this beginner vinyasa flow, where we will move quite steadily, and there will be a little bit more explanation about what we're doing and what we're supposed to do. We're going to get started in child's pose, meaning you're coming to the back of the mat. Bring your big toes to touch and bring your knees wide apart, almost mat width apart. Climb your hands forward if this feels good and lower your forehead down towards the mat. Sink your hips down to your heels. If it's more comfortable for you to bring your arms back alongside the body, feel free to do that instead. I'm going to start by closing down your eyes and connecting to your breath. Follow a few breaths all the way in through the nose and out through the nose. I will guide the breath, meaning I will tell you when to inhale and when to exhale. If this feels too overwhelming to connect your movements to the breath at this stage, feel free to let that go. Just go ahead and move, and then eventually you will find it to follow the breath cueing that I do. Let the next inhale bring you all the way up into all fours. Place your hands straight underneath your shoulders. Make sure that your hands are wide, so your fingers are quite wide spread apart, and bring your index fingers to point straight forward. So no skinny hands, wide hands. And then see if you can turn your tricep, like the back of your arm, the muscle there, turn it towards the back of the mat, meaning the eye of the elbow is pointing forward. So kind of wrap your triceps back. Look back and see that your knees are underneath your hips. Press firmly down through all points of contact. And then, since we're often on our wrists in yoga, turn your hands so that your fingers are pointing out towards the side of the mat. Start to lean from side to side, swaying in here, working into your wrists just a few times from side to side. And then a couple of circles over your wrists, circling first one direction, and then switch it out and circle the other direction. And stay in center and turn your hands back. So once again, check, index fingers pointing forward. We're going to do something called cat and cow, meaning that for the cow pose, you're dropping the belly down, arching the back. And as you do this, you start to lift your gaze and draw your shoulder blades together at the back. This brings your chest forward in between your shoulders. And then as soon as you exhale, start to round the back. Press the mat away through your hands and through your knees and gaze in towards your navel. Next, inhale back into the arched position of the cow and exhale round for cat pose. So go slow in the beginning. You don't have to go to your fullest expression straight away. Just listen into your body. And that is something I encourage you to do at all times. Listen to your body and be aware of what it tells you. One more here. Inhale. And then exhale. With the next inhale, find a neutral spine, tuck your toes, and then press down through your hands, through your feet to lift your hips up and back to the first downward facing dog. You might need to adjust, or you will need to adjust your stance here, so make your stance a little bit longer. To check that if you have a good distance between your hands and your feet in downward facing dog, come forward into high plank. If that is a good transition, and you can just go back and go forward without landing with your shoulders over your hands, or without making it far too small or far too big so you can't reach forward over, even get your shoulders over your hands. Then you need to adjust. Come to a high plank, shoulders over hands, pressing out through your heels, lift your hips up and back, and start to sink your hips, or your heels rather, down towards the mat. It doesn't matter if they don't get there. If you feel that your hamstrings are very tight, you need to bend into your knees. and press down through your arms. So gaze forward towards your hands and press the mat away. Actively press, press, press. This will create a long, nice line between your hands and your hips. So bend into your knees rather than rounding the back here. Press the chest back towards your knees. Gaze in towards your knees. Inhale and start to walk your feet forward towards the top of the mat. Land your feet hip width apart. Grab hold of opposite elbow and hang heavily down. Bend into your knees, so bend as deeply into your knees so that your upper body is touching your thighs. Lean into your toes, drop the crown of the head down to the mat, and maybe start to straighten into your legs if that feels good. Shake it out a little bit, sway from side to side. Just notice any areas in your body where you hold tension and work towards those areas with the movement. Release your hands, bring your hands to your shins, engage your core so you have a strong upper body, lift the gaze and lift your sitting bones to the back. So you see a strong, straight, flat back here. Inhale, exhale, fold back down over your legs. Bend slightly into your knees, sweep your arms out to the side and all the way up over your head. Press your palms together, allow the gaze to follow up towards your hands, and exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Inhale, big circle with the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge from your hips all the way down. Hands to the shins. Inhale, lift halfway, strong flat back. Exhale, unfold. Inhale, slight bend of the knees, circle the arms all the way up, gaze up, palms touch. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway, inhale. This time bend your knees, plant your fingertips down and step your left foot back like a big step. And then drop the left knee down towards the mat. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling, inhale. With the exhale, sink your hips down, but bring some activation between your front foot and the back knee so you're not just hanging here. Try to keep some buoyancy, like almost pulling those 2 points of contact towards one another. Take one inhale and exhale. Frame the front foot with your fingertips, straighten your front leg, bring the toes to the ceiling. Once again, that halfway lift, that strong flat back, and exhale, folding over your front leg. We're going to stay here, one deep breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose. Next inhale, bend back into your right leg. We're going to pulsate between these two a few times. So arms up with an inhale and exhale, fingertips down, straighten the front leg and fold. Inhale, bend the right knee, arms to the ceiling. Sink the hips and exhale, stick the hips towards the back of the mat and fold. Once more like that, inhale and exhale. With the next inhale, you're going to bend back into your right knee. Make sure your toes are tucked at the back, because this time you're going to lift the back knee into high lunge and then sink the hips down with the exhale. We're going to stay one deep inhale. Extend your arms to the ceiling, open across your armpits, exhale. One more inhale. Next exhale, drop the sole of the back foot to the mat. This will turn your hips to the side of the mat, your upper body to the side of the mat, but the front foot is pointing forward. So now we're going to bend into the front foot. This is setting it up for warrior two pose. So what you want to remember here is to bring the front knee towards the pinky toe edge of the front foot, not avoiding it from dropping in. So press it out. Once again, make sure that you're not like half pointing forward. The upper body is to the side. So you can start by gazing to the side, then bring your arms out. When you got it settled here, now if you want to, you can turn your gaze over your front middle finger. I'm going to stay one inhale and one exhale. Next inhale, turn your right palm to the ceiling, bring the right arm up, and the left hand finds the left leg at the back. Reversed warrior. Inhale, find length in your right side body, and stay when you exhale. One more inhale. And now the exhale, bring your right elbow to the right thigh, bring your left arm all the way up and over, and stay. Now we're in extended side angle. Take one inhale and one exhale. We're going to pulsate here too. So we're going to do 3 times. Inhale, bring the left hand to the back leg, right arm sweeps up. And then exhale, right elbow to the thigh, left arm up and over. 2 more times. Follow your own breath. Inhale and exhale. Once more, inhale. And this time as you exhale, start to windmill your arms down. So fingertips framing the front foot. Come to the heels of your left foot. Sink your hips, plant your left palm down, inhale and circle your right arm up. This time you see if your gaze can follow your hand. Take one inhale, this is a nice twist to the right, and exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, lower the back knee down. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot and heel to the right foot out to the side of the mat. Come to your fingertips, lift the chest, untuck your back toes. Inhale, and here exhale, see if you can sink down. This is called the lizard pose. So this is a typical pose where I feel that I like to have some gentle movements, just to walk my mind into my hips. And then press down through your hands and step your right knee back. Adjust your stance and inhale, come forward. Exhale, this is going to bring you into what we call the vinyasa. So we're going to do it on the knees for this first time. So inhale, weight forward. The weight, your shoulders slightly over your fingertips so you can get a good angle when you start to lower your chest all the way down. With the next inhale, hands underneath your shoulders, lift your chest, and try to avoid having too much like pressing action in your hands. See if you can do this lift with your back body. And exhale, tuck your toes, and press yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Nice work. I'm going to take 2 long deep breaths here. Work into your downward facing dog wherever you found it before. Remember the gaze towards the knees. Bend your knees if necessary. Widen slightly between your shoulder blades. A quick gaze forward to see that your hands are shoulder width apart, that you're pressing through your hands. Your fingers are widely spread. And then inhale, come to your toes. Start to walk all the way up towards the top of the mat. Feet hip width. This time grab hold of the other elbow. And fold forward, bend into your knees, sway from side to side. Shake it out a little bit. And release your hands. Bring your hands to your shins. Get ready for that core activation and the halfway lift. Gaze forward. Exhale, fold down. Bend into your knees. Sweep your arms out to the side and all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Once more, inhale up. And exhale, fold from the hip. Try to keep a straight back as you fold all the way down. Lift halfway, inhale. And exhale, fingertips down, step your right foot all the way back. Lower the back knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, stay. Find that activation between your points of contact. So pulling your front foot towards the back knee. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, frame the front foot, start to straighten into your front leg, bring the toes up, lift halfway, long straight back, and fold, exhale. Stay 1 inhale, 1 exhale. Inhale, we're going to pulsate, so bend into your left knee, arms up. Exhale, fingertips down, straighten the front leg, and fold. This is working in some flexibility and in your hamstrings, mobility in your hips. These are very good, these pulsations, because they create a very nice and active, more dynamic flexibility exercise that will give you more sustainable flexibility. With the next inhale, get ready to sweep your arms up and lift the back knee for a high lunge. Exhale, sink your hips down, press out through the back heel. Make sure that you're not tilting over to one side. So if this is the case, bring your right hip up slightly. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring it to warrior two. So lower the sole of the right foot, bend into your left knee, turn the upper body to the side. Remember the knee, press it out through the pink toe edge. Arms out, lower the shoulder blades down, extend through your arms, feel your fingertips, and then maybe gazing over your front middle finger. Left palm to the ceiling. Inhale, reverse the warrior, left arm up and overhead. Stay, exhale, sink your hips deeper. One more inhale. Exhale to extended side angle, left elbow to the left thigh. Right arm up and over, stay. One deep breath in and out. Inhale, back to reverse. We're going to pulsate 3 more times. It's okay if your legs start to shake. It is okay if it feels intense in your core with these movements. If these are new movements to you, they will feel intense. But they are so amazing for building both strength and flexibility that will last you a long time. This time, mill your arms down, frame the front foot, come to your back toes, plant the right palm, circle the left arm up to the ceiling, allow the gaze to follow. Remember to sink your hips, keep the right leg active. Inhale. And exhale. Both hands to the inside, heel toe the left foot out. Bring your right knee down, untuck the toes. Lift the chest forward. You can come to the fingertips. This brings a little bit more length in the body. And then maybe if you did some nice little movements on the other side, do that here too. Or just be still, completely up to you. And now tuck your back toes. This time we're going to do a little bit more intense vinyasa. So vinyasa is the transition from high plank down to the little tricep push-up that we call chaturanga dandasana, mostly shortening it to chaturanga. And then we go into some sort of a back bend. Last time we did the cobra pose, this time we're going to do the upward facing dog pose. So toes are tucked, palms are underneath your shoulders, lift the back heel, step it back into high plank. So now we're in high plank. If this is too much, you can always bring your knees down. Shift the weight forward over your fingertips. Inhale and exhale, lower, never more than 90 degrees. Untuck your toes and start to press the mat away. Lift your chest forward, engage your legs, your ankles. So only your toenails, so like the upper part of your toes, and your hands are to the mat in upward facing dog. And exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. One more deep breath. Inhale, bring the gaze forward. Step all the way forward, many small steps, one big. Feet hip width, lift halfway, hands to shins, flat back. Inhale, exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees, arms out to the side, big circles. Hands meet, up over your head. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. And now hands along the sides of your body, palms facing forward, close down your eyes. This is mountain pose. Tadasana. Try to see if you can stand as tall as you possibly can, pressing down through your feet. Lifting your quads, the muscles around your thighs, slightly up, finding length in the front body and length in the back body, all the way to the crown of the head, but at the same time lower your shoulders down. Stand tall but yet relaxed. Take one deep inhale, one deep exhale through the mouth. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center and open your eyes. Well done for finishing this beginner class. I hope you learned a lot and that you feel ready to continue with your yoga journey. Hope to see you soon again. Thank you and namaste.